Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Today, my dear friends, we're celebrating Thursday of the 27th week in the ordinary time. And we continue reflecting on the gospel narratives of St. Luke. And for several days, more particularly yesterday and today, we have been hearing principles, ideas that govern prayer, pagdarasal. And in today's gospel, we hear of one aspect of prayer which is perhaps the most common of all forms. And that is petition. Petition. Kasi iba-ibang klase yung pagdarasal. May thanksgiving, etc., etc., may contrition. And in today's gospel, we hear of that aspect of petition in prayer. And all of us can relate to that because, if you would put a net, between God and man, God and the world, and you will catch all the prayers, ay mapupuno ito ng petitions. Petitions. Kasi yan ang madalas na laman ng ating pagdarasal. Paghiling. At dahil ito yung madalas na nangyayari, tayo ay humihiling sa pagdarasal, sometimes we also try to reflect on the importance of thanksgiving and praise and glorifying God and contrition and setting aside the importance of petition. We reach that point sometimes of belittling petitions. Lalo na kapag yung reflection tungkol sa abuse ng petition. Yung sasabihin ng pare o ng preacher, hiling tayo ng hiling. Yan. But does it make petition less important than the other aspects of prayer? Is it less important than contrition, thanksgiving? Let's take a look at the gospel. Jesus was speaking to his disciples who asked him, remember yesterday, they asked the Lord, Master, teach us how to pray. Turuan mo kaming magdasal. And Jesus said to them, when you pray, you say, Our Father in heaven. The paradigm of all prayers, the model of all prayers begins with an intimate endearment to the Father. Call him Abba. Now Jesus deepens his teachings on prayer as he was talking to his disciples. Sabi niya ganun, suppose that one of you has a friend at yung kaibigan mo'y pumunta sa'yo hating gabi at sabihin sa'yo, friend, pahingi namang tinapay. Kasi may kaibigan din ako na dumating, wala akong maibigay sa kanyang pagkain. Friend, sige na. At sasagot yung nasa loob ng bahay, ano ka ba? Sarado na lahat ng pintuan namin, nakalak na lahat. Ang sabi ng Panginoon, that person inside the house will still stand and get out of his bed to give the bread. Not because of their friendship, but because of his kakulitan. Because of his persistence. So there are two sides of the story. In trying to understand prayer, the attitude of the one praying. The attitude of the one praying. We pray to God, we ask something from God, and we persist. in praying to Him, in asking Him that particular petition. If we look at characters in the Bible, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, David, Solomon, until kay John, no, sa New Testament, lahat yan, pag nagdasal, maririnig mo, humihiling sa Diyos. Because petition prayer is important also because it reveals our attitude. Not only does it reveal our attitude, it forms our attitude. It forms our attitude. And then Jesus went on, no, saying, I tell you, ask and you will receive, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, etc., etc. And this has become a source of consolation for us, especially when we are in dire need. To pray is to console oneself. That when I pray, when I knock, when I ask, the Lord will respond. The Lord will respond. It is developing one's attitude, developing one's character, developing one's faith. Now, the second side of the story. Sabi ng Panginoon, what father among you would hand his son a snake when he asks for a fish? If you, who are wicked, sabi ng Panginoon, ay binibigay sa inyong mga anak ang magagandang bagay, lalo pa ang Diyos. And so prayer reveals the attitude of the one to whom we pray. That God is a Father who responds to the prayer of His children. Prayer leads us towards an understanding of who this God is. Kaya kung susumahin mo ang pagdarasal, ay isang proseso ng pagkilala sa sarili at pagkilala sa Diyos. Kaya kapag hindi mo natanggap, yung matagal mo ng pinagdarasal, partikular na pinagdarasal, bago ka maghimutok, bago ka magalit, bago ka magrebelde sa Diyos, tingnan mo muna ano ang nangyari sa iyo. Kung ang iyong pagdarasal ay nagdulot ng isang pagbabago sa iyong disposisyon, nagkaroon ng kapayapaan ng iyong puso, bagamat wala pang dumarating na kasagutan. Kapag ang pananalangin mo ay nagdudulot sa iyo ng kababaang loob at pagkilala sa Diyos bilang pinagmumula ng lahat ng bagay. At sabi ni Santa Teresa de Avila, kapag ang iyong pananalangin ay dumako na sa puntong ang hinihiling mo sa Kanya ay yung kalooban niya yung mangyari sa iyo at ang kalooban mo yung maging kalooban niya. Kahit hindi dumating ang refrigerator na pinagdarasal mo o ang bagong laptop na pinagdarasal mo, tumanggap ka na ng biyaya. Because prayer primarily changes us. Prayer forms us. I remembered suddenly, that woman whom I spoke with, mga 2 years ago yun, dun sa kabilang parokya sa yung dati kong hinahawakan as administrator. Kinausap niya ako, at nung kinakausap niya ako, nakita ko nakabandana lang siya, yung babae. Nakabandana. At medyo mangitim-ngitim yung kanyang mata. Obviously, may sakit. May sakit. Namamayat na siya. No? At nung kinakausap niya ako, sabi niya, Father, may cancer po ako. And when you are talking to somebody, in that situation, that person is not expecting you to console her. She's just expecting you to listen. To listen. And so I listened to her. At sabi niya, Father, na-discover ko na may cancer ako 8 years ago. Kakapanganak ko lang. At simula nung araw na yun na na-discover kong may cancer ako, araw-araw pinagdarasal ko sa Diyos na mawala yung cancer. Araw-araw nagsisimba ko at pinagdarasal ko na gumaling ako. Yung 2 kong anak, yung isa magka-college na. Yung isa second year college na. Sabi niya, nung kinakausap ko siya. And after 8 years of praying to God, ito, hindi naman ako gumaling. Pero naghihintay na nga lang ako, Father. And you know, Father, sabi niya ganun, before I was praying for myself. Now, I'm praying for my children. I'm praying that when I leave, they will have a good life. I am praying that when I die, they will move forward. In those 8 years that she spent in trying to pray for something, she received a deeper kind of grace. It formed her. It strengthened her faith and her love for her children. That is prayer. And so we continue to ask. Because by asking God, we are recognizing that He is the source of everything. But when we do not receive what we are asking for according to our will, God is responding in a better way. He is helping us form ourselves. He is making us a better person.